Yo, what up? Tough day in the NFL. Got literally murdered today. Just want to get that out of the way. For anyone that's not a member and wondering how members' picks did, absolutely destroyed today. I was on both favorites, and they were the better teams. But man, I don't know. Lamar, is that kind of Lamar's peak? He's a regular season kind of guy. I don't know if he can get it done in the playoffs. He is horrendous when he has to pass the ball. I thought the Ravens' game plan was really, really bad. Their only hope was they like switched roles. Kansas City ran the ball, soaked up all the time of possession, and kept Lamar off the field. The Ravens should have run the ball, not pass, and kept Mahomes off the field. Whatever. Same with the Niners. I don't know. Lions, I feel like the Lions lost the game. I don't feel like the Niners won the game. I feel like the Lions lost the game. Does that kind of make sense? Like, if the Lions made a couple of right decisions and the ball didn't bounce a couple of ways, I feel like the Lions were actually better. So coming into the Super Bowl, it's the same thing. It's literally the same as today. We have one team, San Francisco, better overall team. But do you go against Andy Reid and Mahomes? That's what this comes down to. It's like, what side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on like the conspiracy theory side that like it's just destiny for the Chiefs? So you have a better quarterback. You have like maybe all the penalties and all the rigged things. So do you want to be on that side? Or do you just want the better team? I don't know if I can trust Purdy. I like the Niners. I moved on them early. I watched Kansas City all regular season, and maybe that's just not the same team that we're looking at now. Did Kansas City were they like, we're too cool for regular season? Forget about it. We're going to just get into the playoffs, do the minimum, and then wake up. I don't know. Whatever. This is college basketball. Let's get to it. Let me bring it up. By the way, I think so. These were our locks for Saturday. We went 4-2. This was our only lock that I sort of leaned for today, and it came up short. We'll see what we can find tonight. What was this? Did this hit? We came up with a live stream parlay last night. I know UConn won, and I know New Mexico won. Did FAU get the job done? Florida Atlantic, they did win. They only won by 3. Okay, so our live stream parlay cashed. So hopefully you guys took it last night when we did the live stream last night. Nice. So a little Sunday live stream parlay. We'll make one for Monday as well. Let me pull up the slate and let's just start getting to these games, guys. Let's just get right into it. It's nice to get back to college basketball. NFL was such a good year. Regular season did so well. I don't know how many units I'm up right now. It's got to be somewhere around 35 or 40 for the entire season, but I've been throwing away money lately. The last 2 weeks and last week, the picks I gave out to members for the NFL was 2-1, but today I got destroyed. So it's just nice to get back to hoops today. I've been doing good in college basketball lately, and it's just, you know what? It's just nice to get done with football. I'm done. I'm ready to move on. I can't stand this. I can't stand betting on the better teams and not having them show up. Does that make sense? Like when you break down a game and you handicap a game and you make your decision based on looking at individual players and the roster and how they've performed all year and you lose, and losing once or twice is fine because it's sports, wild things happen, but to consistently go against or to be on what I think is the right side with the better team and they just don't show up. I can't really remember the last time I lost money on a team that like played their heart out and I could just say like, oh, they just straight up got beat. Like they're just, they were just not the better team today. I can't say that with the Ravens. The Ravens didn't even show up. What the fuck was that? Like I lost money on the Ravens, big deal. Still a big profitable football season, but like where that was so bad. I hate losing on effort like that. If Lamar played good and he ran for 100 yards and Odell and Mark Andrews showed up and had a bigger game, and even at some points in the game, they had the lead over Kansas City, And then Mahomes pulled off some miracle at the buzzer to steal the game. Okay, you lose on that. That's fine. I'm never going to be mad at that. But when the whole game is just like, wow, this team like has one game to get to the Super Bowl, and it's like they don't even care. I hate that. The first game on the college basketball slate today is Duke at Virginia Tech. Now, I watched the Clemson Duke game. I did watch it. Duke at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's been very good at home. 3.5 is the number. Duke was extremely fortunate to get by Clemson. Very lucky. Super lucky. Is this a bad spot to go against Duke? I almost wish Duke won over Clemson more comfortably. So maybe we could take Virginia Tech here. And I do still want to take Virginia Tech here plus the 3.5. I think this could be an upset. I mean, Duke lost to Pitt this year at home. Should have lost to Clemson in the last game. Virginia Tech's going to be fired up for this game. Is that game against Clemson going to kind of scare Duke into a better performance? I hate to go against big ranked teams after a close win because you just feel like it's almost like, okay, we almost got upset. We're going to have our A game for the next game. I'm still going to lean Virginia Tech here. I'm just not going to be able to put this on the locks. I want to. I think this is an upset. I think Virginia Tech wins the game. I'm going to lean Virginia Tech 3.5 just for the sake of the stream here, guys. Oh, and I didn't update the whiteboard. Sorry, I got home late. I was watching football at someone else's house. I'm gonna go ahead and update this whiteboard. This is where we're going to keep track on these live streams of both the record of our locks that we come up with on the show, and as well as the live stream parlay that we come up with at the end. So if you're just swinging by right now, we cashed that. So this would go on the board as a winner. The first one we did, I believe, on Friday night was a loser. So I think our live stream parlays are 1-1. We were 4-2 on the first day. This one lost. So we're 4-3 overall with our locks, and we're 1-1 with our live stream parlays, I believe. So I'll have everything updated for the next show. Let's keep moving here on these games. Boston University on Holy Cross. I don't know. I mean, I'm not familiar. Boston U favored on the road. Really? Boston U favored 4.5. I think I lean Holy Cross here, getting the points at home. Probably a high school level game. I could probably drop 40 against those two. Next game is Howard, Coppin State. No interest. Morgan State, Norfolk State. No interest. NC Central, Delaware State. Garbage. A lot of garbage on the slate. I do lean Delaware State at home, though. They're a 1.5 point underdog. Probably play them on the money line at -102. Yeah, I mean, I lean Delaware State. I don't know. Let's keep going here, guys. A lot of garbage games tomorrow. New Orleans 8.5 at Lamar. South Carolina State. These teams are trash. And I'm not going to give out opinion on teams I'm just not familiar with. Not a whole lot tomorrow, guys. There is a big one, though, to end the night. Really big one. Houston at Texas. Spread's 4.5. Houston's the favorite. Texas brought back down to earth by BYU. Houston's been playing good. The Houston Cougars, a defensive team, but man, I watched every minute of that Texas game at home where they pulled off the win over Baylor. Is Houston a different animal? Houston has had some struggles here in the Big 12. Nice game against Kansas State, won by 22. Home game against K-State. You should take care of business there. They were a huge favorite too. But here's something interesting. Houston went to BYU, won fairly comfortably. Texas went to BYU, lost fairly badly. Now, when you use transitive properties like that, it doesn't work in sports. Just because one beat one and one lost to one, it doesn't automatically give you the result of the next game. But that's an interesting comparison right there. Houston took care of business. Houston's a really good defensive team. They beat Texas Tech 77-54 on their home court. But let's look at some road games because this is a road game for Houston. On the road at Iowa State, lost by 4. Tough place to play, but so is Texas. On the road at TCU, lost by 1. Is this a game where they squeak out a win by the skin of their teeth, but Texas covers because the spread's 5.5? Texas. Oh, it's down to 4.5. It just changed in between, right in front of my eyes. Houston at Texas. Spread is now 4.5. So it's down. It's down a little bit. 4.5. 4.5 with Texas off of a loss at home. I can't trust them. I think the Cougars defense is too good. That Baylor game that Texas won, they shot the ball very good. Really, really good. I mean, they were making everything. Not exactly towards the end, but for a lot of that game, especially in the first half, the offense for Texas over Baylor in that game was significant. That's not going to happen against Houston, and I really think they're going to struggle to score here. Baylor, kind of a tough shooting performance. Texas's D is going to step up as well, and that's why the under over is 129.5. 65 apiece. 65 apiece. That seems a bit high. Probably lean under 129.5. I hate doing this. You guys know me. I'm bold. I pick these upsets. I've been doing well. I had Bama over Auburn. I had Mississippi State over Auburn. We had South Carolina over 6 Kentucky. We've been picking the upsets. I don't know if I can do it here. Laying 4.5 with Houston. I just don't want to run into a situation where it's the end of the game. There's 20 seconds. Houston's up 5. They're up 6. They won the game. They're up 2 possessions. There's only about there's only 20 seconds left. But Texas goes down the court and they make one last shot. Gets it below the number. Houston, they know they had the win. They get out of there with their win, but Texas covers the number from a late shot. I feel like that's what we're looking at here. So I can't lock this one up. The slate tomorrow's light. It's a light Monday slate. Unfortunately, I don't have locks tomorrow. I like Virginia Tech at home over Duke, and I like Houston on the road over Texas. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Houston's been struggling on the road, but Texas is off a loss. I can't trust Texas's offense against Houston. I can't do it. One of these teams is going to go down, though. We got number 12 on the road. We got number 4 on the road. Let's create our parlay. Let's get into it. Let's get into our parlay, our live stream parlay. Live stream parlay. And just because of tonight's slate, we're going to get a little creative, a little extra creative. I'm going to go. We're going to do Houston money line to somehow get by Texas. And we're going to do Virginia Tech. Not on the money line. I'm not getting that greedy. I'm going to take the 3.5 though. This is plus 192. Let me put this on the screen for you guys. Houston money line and VTech. Well, hold on. How conservative do we want to be here? Because this is throwing a dart at the board. Do we want to protect it? What do you guys want? Do you guys want more winners, or do you want to just take some bold shots in the dark every live stream? Because that's kind of what this live stream is. My best stuff goes to the Ping members. So we're just gonna continue. We're gonna keep throwing shots in the dark. Give me VTech plus the 3.5 at home, and give me Houston on the money line to somehow get by Texas. This comes out to plus 192. So there you go. There's our live stream parlay. Guys can write it down, throw $5 on it, whatever you want to do. You don't have to bet it. There's no need. These live streams are obviously I just go through the games one by one. This isn't in-depth stuff. These aren't plays I'm giving out to clients. This isn't anything terribly special. So don't feel overly obligated. Even when I say I have a lock on a team, it's more of a gut feeling. But there we go. We got a live stream parlay, and we don't have locks. There's just not enough on the slate. There's really only 2 games that are Power 5 conference teams. If Houston was at home over Texas, that's a smash spot. They'd kill Texas at home. I like Virginia Tech, man. I'm tempted to put Virginia Tech in here. Let me. Do we lock up Virginia Tech? Do we lock up Virginia Tech at home to beat Duke? Man, I'm tempted. Let me look into this just a little bit further. Virginia Tech. Couldn't get by Miami at home. Beat Clemson at home. Couldn't they got smoked by Florida Atlantic at home. Beat Iowa State at home. Yeah, man. They did drop 91 in their last game, though. Their offense is hot. The Hokies offense, pretty good. Pretty good at home. Duke, man. Duke should have lost 2 of their last 3. Let's look at their road games. Got by Notre Dame by 8. Sort of suspect. Lost to Georgia Tech on the road. Lost to Arkansas on the road. We're locking up Virginia Tech. Nah, we're locking up Virginia Tech. We're locking up Virginia Tech. Let me add it. Got to have at least one lock. We got to. Got to have at least one. I'm going Virginia Tech here. Tonight's lock is Virginia Tech catching 3.5. So that'll count towards the record moving forward. I'll update that after the stream ends. So there you go. One lock tonight, Virginia Tech for Monday. Here's the live stream parlay. The other games are trash. Only 2 games I really have an interest in. Definitely drop a like on the video if you're just coming by the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. Some of these nights I'm a little bit late. I'm going to try to keep it at midnight. Some days I'm busy. I don't get home till late. It'll be running a little bit late like we did tonight. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next one.